Hello YouTube, it's Nathan again, coming to you to do another recap video. Today, we did something a little different. I'm going to recap, it's a 90-day spin-off show on TLC. It's called The Family Chantel. Now, The Family Chantel is about two former 90-dayers, Chantel and Pedro. Chantel's from Atlanta, Georgia, and Pedro's from the Dominican Republic. And they were on 90 Day Fiancé season 4, and happily ever after seasons 2, 3, and 4, and then they got their own show. Well, they got their own show because both families are, different, and that's a nice way to put it. But they're a little different. So TLC decided to give the family their own show, and they named it The Family Chantel. So yeah, Chantel and Pedro, they got married in the 90 days. He was here on a student visa where he met Chantel and everything, and they got married, and the families just don't get along that well. So they had some interesting times throughout the years. But I'm not going to go through all of that. You can just see it for yourself. But it was just crazy. It was ridiculous. But today I'm going to recap the premiere of season 4 that premiered last night, episode 1. So basically, following from last season, Pedro went back to the Dominican Republic to search for his father, who he never really knew. Well, long story short, his mom and sister didn't help him that much. He had to do everything on his own, and he couldn't find his father, who he never really knew. So that took a lot out of him. So fast forward to this season. So basically it starts out Chantel and Pedro are back in Atlanta, and they had just bought a new house. So congratulations to them for buying a new house. The house looked really nice. The scene starts out with them in the yard doing a lot of yard work and stuff, and with these power tools in the yard and everything. And they were just discussing what happened in the DR and stuff. And Pedro said he's talked to his mother, but he hasn't talked to his sister. At the end of last season, his sister came into the hotel that the families were staying at and caused a scene, and was throwing glasses and cussing and everything, and just caused a whole big ruckus. So, and that really irritated Pedro. So he hasn't really spoken to either or since then. Now, I'm glad he at least is talking to his mother, but they said it's been a little bit weird. Well, in this season coming up, based on the previews and the trailers, it looks like Chantel and Pedro are, might be on their last legs. I don't know. I hope they can work out their issues, but I'll get into that a little bit later. But anyway, the scene starts out with Chantel and Pedro they bought their house, and they're all moved in, and they're excited and stuff. And now Chantel has a sister named Winter, and a mother named Karen. So they all meet up and go to a pharmacy because Winter is going to be having a gastric sleeve procedure done, which is a weight loss surgery. And they're going to be doing it in Mexico. Now, my thing about that is that what is with these 90-dayers wanting to get their plastic surgery done in other countries? I mean, is ours not good enough? I don't know. I don't know what, because if you remember, Darcy and Stacy got their plastic surgery done in Turkey, and now Winter's getting her gastric sleeve done here down in Mexico. So I mean, I'm just a little confused on what, like, traveling to a different country for a surgery means. I mean, so somebody could comment below what it really means and stuff. But so they're preparing for that. They go down to Mexico. They basically meet up with this Barbie type character lady that she dresses like a Barbie, who had the sleeve done and now is like working in that field and everything. So basically, they meet up with her, and she gives them some tips and everything, and Chantel and her mother Karen were like, it's kind of weird we're taking advice from somebody who looks like a Barbie right now, but hey, we can't judge a book by its cover. I'm like, no, y'all can't. But, the lady gives Winter some good advice, and the procedure will be the next day. So now, also, they show over in the DR, Pedro's sister, Nicole. Her storyline is she has a guy that is back and forth from America and the DR. His name is Alejandro, and he's not the best boyfriend, and the mother Lydia does not like him. Nicole and Alejandro have broken up, gotten back together, broken up so many times, and even last season, Pedro and Alejandro got into a big fight in the streets of New York because of it. So it was just ridiculous. But so it starts out, Nicole, she's talking to one of her girlfriends, and they're basically getting ready for a Miss Dominican Republic pageant. That Nicole's been in pageants all her life and stuff, and she wants to become Miss Dominican Republic. So she was training for that with her friend, and then talking to her friend about what happened at that hotel scene last season and stuff, and how things have been weird and everything, But Nicole does not like Chantel. Like, they've gotten into it plenty of times, and back in the day, even Pedro had gotten into it physically with Chantel's brother River. So, that's why, these families just don't get along, and they don't see eye to eye on anything. So they talk about that. Then Nicole had mentions that she did break up with Alejandro, and now she went out to the club and started hanging out with her friends and saying, I'm single now, I can do whatever I want. So that's all we see now. And then we also seen a scene with Lydia and Nicole talking about Pedro and saying, have you talked to him? And Pedro's talked to the mother, but he hasn't talked to the sister. The sister says she's been reaching out, but he hasn't been answering. So he has not forgotten his sister or what happened last season. So anyway, back to Mexico. Chantel decides to video chat with Pedro because Pedro did not go on a trip with them to Mexico. He stayed behind. Pedro is now working in the real estate business now. He finally found something that he likes, so he's working in a real estate business. And he goes out to a restaurant and bar by himself, video chats with Chantel, and they're just talking about, the house and what needs to be done and who could fix what and everything. And it didn't sound like the best conversation, because heading back to last season with the search of his father, I think Pedro is like, his mindset is in a different world now. He's trying to do everything on his own. He doesn't really like, and we've seen this all through his 90-day journey, that he doesn't really want Chantel around that much. I know her family's crazy, but, it just doesn't seem like when he goes to the DR to see his family, he doesn't really want Chantel around. And I'm just thinking, dude, that's your wife, man. Like, come on. So I think that him just having the mindset of being on his own, I think he's just giving me the vibes that he just likes being alone. So I think that's what's going to cause the tension between him and Chantel. And I hope they don't get divorced or separated, but we'll see it later in the season. So they video chat, basically, and, it was just whatever. So that was basically it for the family Chantel. The first episode, it wasn't as crazy as a premiere as previous seasons have been. There's still a lot of healing from the last seasons and stuff and everything. It has been confirmed also that Winter is also Chantel's sister. Winter she had just gotten out of this relationship with this guy named Jaw, and he didn't treat her the best. And so now she's single. She says she's been talking to this guy from Nigeria, but she's been keeping it on the low. So we'll see how that plays out. But so yeah, in the next episode they'll probably show her surgery in Mexico, and we'll see her transformation. So yeah, that's the famous Chantel. I was hesitant about doing a recap for the show. I may not do the entire season. I'll just do some Some weeks of it, just the best episodes. I may not do all the episodes they do, but yeah, that's the family Chantel. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and make sure to stay tuned for more videos. I'll be posting one tomorrow after tonight's episode of Catfish. Thank you guys. Have a great day.